All right, good morning, everyone. There's still several people trickling in, but thank you all for attending our March OCCAP meeting. I'm really excited for everyone to hear about Alex. Alex Garcia is going to be our ROI speaker. And then we also have Volunteers of America, Youth Build Anaheim, presenting their programs and services that they offer in Orange County. And then also we will do rapid fire introductions like we normally do at the beginning. Please go ahead and put your information in the chat, any flyers you'd like to share about maybe any updates, any programs that are going to be coming up for you, feel free. And then we'll go ahead and share some updates that have been, emailed to me and shared with me since our last meeting in February. So yeah, let's see. All righty. So I'm going to start off with just like who's on my screen, who's coming up. And so I'm going to start with Mr. Aaron. He was the early bird, him and Carol this morning, logging on. I do that sometimes with meetings just to join. That way I can work on other things. So Aaron, why don't you go ahead? We're happy to have you back. We haven't seen you in a little while. I know you were busy teaching and things like that over at ABC, but now you're able to do more community outreach again because I hired you an instructor is what you were telling me to help out. So
thank you, Megan. My name is Aaron Riveros, for those of you that don't know me. It's been a while since I've been in some CAP meetings. I was teaching electrical full-time and doing outreach part-time, but now I'm full-time community outreach coordinator. So I'll be coming to the CAP meetings more often, and I'm very glad to be here. I posted in the chat box one of our event flyers. It's for our craft championship event. It's where our best apprentices go out and they compete in the parking lot, and that's who we end up sending to a national event. What we are, I work for ABC of Southern California. We're a nonprofit trade association. We teach the building trades. We have state and federal apprenticeship programs for electrical, plumbing, sheet metal, and low voltage.
Awesome. Thank you, Aaron. Happy to have you back. And that event that you're talking about, I've been to, and it's really fun. And I know Hope Builders is usually there as well. So next up on my screen is Ms. Carol Yuri.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm trying this by phone, so I hope you can see and hear me. We're a nonprofit, and we're an information foundation. And I've got some information for you today that I want to share with you to tell you what we're doing. I've also posted it on the screen, and I'll be sending some flyers along to you. What we have happening is the California Public Utilities has been looking up, and I put this in quote, in the process of considering to ensure that incarcerated people and their families have access to interstate telecommunication service at just and reasonable prices. They've been working since October. They've contacted nonprofits. They've contacted, obviously, GTL, Securus, and so forth. And it's now down to you all. They are having public hearings. They're going to be only on 2 days, April 28th and 29th, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Again, I've posted that information. The important information is they need to hear from you because that helps them make the decision about what's really happening. You only have to talk 2 minutes. And after a lot of considerations, they have done the following. First of all, if someone is incarcerated and wants to comment, it is done absolutely anonymously and free of charge. You also have free phone calls on the 2 days of public hearing. If you want to be anonymous, you can. And that's been a very big change for them. And I hope that encourages you to kind of tell them any problems that you want to mention at all. Again, only 2 minutes. Thanks a lot for your time today. Have a good day.
Awesome. Thank you, Carol. Yes, I will be sharing the turn flyer
Good.
for that hearing so that they have that information with the meeting notes. It also, I have it in the update section towards the end so people can have the visual so they can see what it looks like as well. So thank you, Carol. I appreciate all that you're doing in the community. And I know that this is really important to help keeping individuals who are impacted by the justice system connected. So thank you so much. Next on my screen, I have Miss Lori Friedman.
Hi guys, well, how are you? I would just like to introduce myself. I'm Lori Friedman, and I'm a financial coach with Revolution Financial Management. And if you would like to understand your money better, reach out to me. And I'm also having a virtual, basically grand opening because of COVID, and it's going to be on April 11th. Here just in a few more days at 3:30 on Zoom. So reach out to me and I can put the flyer in the chat if you'd like to attend on Zoom. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you, Lori. And she helped me with, setting me up with a really good, planning for the future, which is all important that we need to do. So it's not just about those who are on this call, but also helping our clients that she can also help assist with that. So I'm assuming that Zoom meeting is free. So go ahead and share that in the chat so they can share it with their clients.
And so are my services.
Yes, they are. Awesome. Thank you, Lori. Let's go to our wonderful February ROI speaker, Angela.
Hi guys, my name is Angela Diaz. As Megan said, I was the ROI speaker for this meeting last month. I'm a current Orange County parolee, and I'm also a client at Working Wardrobes.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us again, Angela. We got to meet after in person after she spoke in February. So I got to spend more time and get to know her better. And she's a really great individual. So I'm glad that she is being a part of the meeting because, it's all about coming together and being able to share ideas. And she can get the word out to the other individuals that she comes across with the different groups that she works with, and helps her also with her studies as well as she's going to school. So thank you so much. Jose? Oh, you're on mute, Jose. Hate when that happens.
There we go. Hello, good morning to everyone. This is the second month that I attend this meeting, and it is wonderful. I have received a lot of input from it. And unfortunately, I had an offer to start working this coming today, but then when I took the COVID exam, the COVID test, I came out positive. I had COVID back in December 28th through the first 2 weeks of January, and apparently still there. I don't have any symptoms, but I have to wait until next week, take a retest and see what happens with that. But I'm still active on the market. I'm still looking for a position, and apparently this one was going to be a good one. No, not in the field that I want to work, but I'm going through the motions right now. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you for coming back to our meeting, Jose, and please let us know any way we can help support you. And I hope that hopefully next week you'll be able to start your job and have a negative COVID test.
I certainly hope so. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Karina.
Hi everyone, my name is Karina Robles. I am a career navigator at Working Wardrobes. It's a nonprofit in Santa Ana, California. I am part of the Reentry to Success program, and as Megan has mentioned, we're here to be supportive to our clients. I'm happy to see 2 of my clients so far on the meeting right now. We help with resume building, mock interviews, job leads, and just other trainings and certifications that might lead you to the perfect career that you're looking for. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, Karina. Ms. Kenya.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kenya Garay. I'm a case manager specialist for Youth Build Anaheim. We will be presenting later on, so I don't want to get too into detail about what we offer, but we do provide construction training as well as high school diploma completion for at-risk youth ages 16 to 24.
Awesome. Thank you, Kenya. And then Anna.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Ortiz. We will be presenting later on, but yes, I'm with Youth Build Anaheim, and I am the job developer.
Awesome. Thank you. And my Batman to my Robin, Michael Barrett at Working Wardrobes for my work with the collaborative.
How you doing, Megan? Good morning, everyone. Michael Barrett, Director of the VetNet program here at Working Wardrobes Career Success Center. As Megan alluded to, I have the honor and privilege to work with her as a part of our Orange County Veterans Military Family Collaborative. And I am the chair. She is our vice chair of the Employment Working Group. Feel free to touch base with us and join in the festivities there. Anyone you have that is on a track, a path to employment and career success. Well said, Karina, you know, reentry to success, the VetNet program, our CSI, we have the privilege and honor to work with myself, veterans and all non-veterans here, assisting them on their journey, preparing them for career success. And, you know, we're all a part of that. So I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to join today, Megan. Always good to see you. And it's a pleasure to meet each and every one of you. I enjoy possibly collaborating with you all in the future. So thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. Cynthia.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Cynthia Solis. I'm a specialist with the Priority Center's Outreach and Engagement Program. We offer free short-term case management and counseling to those in Central Orange County. We primarily focus on those on the underserved population. So that could be, you know, our monolingual speaking, Spanish, Korean, Vietnamese speaking populations, our justice involved, youth and adults, just to name a couple. But you know, the main, the main goal is just to connect our clients to resources, reducing any barriers that could affect their mental health, because we do serve those with mild to moderate behavioral health conditions. But that's just one thing we do. We also do our no-cost webinars focusing on various mental health topics. We have a couple coming up in April and May, so I'll drop those flyers in the chat. But if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you, Cynthia. And, you know, mental health is always important, but I believe with the pandemic, it has taught us how much more, you know, how much more important it is for all of us, you know, during this time, having to, you know, be away from family and friends and feeling more disconnected. But that's why we're here today to help share these resources with the individuals that we work with in the community. So moving on, Kenesha.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kenesha Humphrey. I'm a career navigator at Working Wardrobes. Karina kind of touched on some of the services that we currently offer. So just to reiterate, we are here to provide support and services to individuals in the community. I included my information in the chat, so please feel free to reach out to either one of us if you have any participants that you feel could benefit from our services. And I'm excited to see new faces as well as some familiar faces here on the call. And I'm looking forward to continued collaboration. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Naomi? Oh, it looks like there's no sound. So maybe your microphone is not. We'll circle back while you, yeah, you're still muted, but I know you're not on mute, so. We'll circle back to you. Sorry about that. Jasmine.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jasmine Ramirez. I am an employment and education coordinator here at the GEO Group, specifically at our Westminster office location. We specifically are a rehabilitation program that serves the adult population particularly, and we provide services such as case management, as well as group support for employment readiness, anger management, and basic life skills, parenting, and a few other groups. Just really here to see what community resources we can all collaborate on to provide for our participants here. So thank you for welcoming me.
Thank you, Jasmine, for being here, and always love the GEO Group and everyone that works over there. So thank you so much for joining us. I have a Jay Gomez.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Jesus. I'm an outreach and engagement specialist at the Priority Center, as well with Cynthia. What we kind of focus on, as she mentioned, is just a little bit of mental health outreach, awareness in low-income and underserved communities. We provide short-term case management, one-on-one skill building, a little bit of everything, support groups, and also webinars for people who need them. So yeah, just feel free to reach out if you have any questions about our services, and hopefully we can collaborate in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next, we'll go to Adrian. Or Audrey with the One Stop Center, I believe. Okay, maybe Naomi, is your mic working? We'll see.
I think it's working now.
Yay! Woohoo!
Okay. So, Noemi Gutierrez, I am an outreach and engagement specialist with the Priority Center. You know, we do short-term case management, like you heard, and short-term counseling, one-on-one skill building, webinars, and we do refer people out to other resources that they may need.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's see. I am going to butcher this first name. Last name Cordova. Duna, maybe Duna. Oh, there we go.
Hi. So I am also from the GEO Group, and I am the Education Employment Coordinator here at the Orange County DRC office. Our participants are referred by the Orange County Probation, and we offer services in case management, substance abuse groups, parenting, anger management, employment readiness. And my goal really is just to collaborate with other people in the community and find resources for our participants, because we do have different people with unique barriers. So thank you very much for having me here.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's go to Ms. Nazi. My Wonder Woman.
Good morning, everyone. Nazi here. My camera's off, but just here to assist and provide as much information as I can.
And she does so much more than that, but thank you, Ms. Nazi, for introducing yourself. Miriam. Okay, we will go to Karen Hernandez. I love her Zoom picture.
Good morning. Thank you very much. My name is Karen Hernandez. I use she, her pronouns, and I am here just observing today. I'm with People's Budget Orange County and League of Women Builders COCA division. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Miriam, we'll try you again. She might be on another. Oh, okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, there we go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Miriam. I'm with Anaheim Workforce Connection. I'm very happy to be here. We offer an array of services for adults dislocated. We do have a special grant, which is under Prison to Employment. I did add our flyer to our chat box. I'm very happy to be here and connect with everyone. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Kevin with Hope Builders, I believe. I will circle back to Kevin. How about Melissa Thomas?
Hi, my name is Melissa Thomas. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a law clerk at Free to Thrive. We're a nonprofit that provides free legal services to survivors of human trafficking. We're based out of San Diego, but we have a lot of clients with cases in Orange County, so we're looking to get more connected in that area. I'm excited to be here and meet all of you guys.
Awesome. Thank you for being with us today. I know that is it's a large, human trafficking is huge, and so thank you. Let's see, Michelle.
Hi, good morning. My name is Michelle Musacchio. I use she, her pronouns. I am experiencing a little bit of the post-vaccine roughness today, so I apologize. I'm with the League of Women Voters of Orange Coast. We have a homelessness action team, and we are a policy group looking at intersections of reentry, justice involvement, and homelessness. As well, of course, we are always ready to help with any voting accessibility, especially for reentry. Thank you very much. Really happy to be here.
Thank you for being here, Michelle, sorry, I was about to say, there's another Melissa on the screen, but thank you, Michelle. I'm sorry you're having difficulties with your post-vaccine. You know, it's hit or miss with some people, but I'm glad that you've getting vaccinated to help curb the spread. Let's see, we'll try Kevin again. Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you. Gentlemen. Miss Jenilyn.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I am Jenilyn Santos with Chrysalis. We are a nonprofit agency that is focused on helping individuals address their barriers to employment. Most times these individuals are either homeless, low income, or reentry individuals. And how we do that is through providing one-on-one support and resources. Currently, our services are virtual right now, but I will be sure to share a flyer in the chat. Specifically, we do have a program, a transitional job program for our clients, our reentry clients. That's called our Roads program that is in partnership with Caltrans. So if you have anyone that's looking for employment, it is transitional, meaning that it's temporary, but we just say that it's kind of like getting your foot in the door. So if they just need some employment to put on their resume, it's a really great opportunity. It is paid for about 6 months of part-time work. But if you have any questions, I did put my information in the chat, but I will also put our flyers as well. But thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenilyn, for being here. And yes, the Roads program is an awesome opportunity with Chrysalis. So thank you for being here. And let's go to Jeff.
Good morning, Jeff Henderson with the Orange County Sheriff's Department with inmate services. So thank you for holding the meeting, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Jeff. All these things wouldn't be possible without the Sheriff's Department. So thank you so much. And I will go to Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Sorry. I'm Lisa Tafu. I'm a probation officer here in Santa Ana, and I'm in charge of the Adult Field Services Reentry. It's not really a program, but just I'm a reentry officer. And just Megan thinks these meetings have been really helpful. I've connected with a lot of people outside of these meetings as a result. And I'm still trying to get my act together to coordinate a meeting with Working Wardrobes with Karina and Kenesha. So I'm really excited. Thank you. And I'm also referring a lot of community partners I work to join this meeting because I think there's so many other organizations and opportunities out there that would benefit from this. So you might get some new requests here soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lisa, for spreading the word and then also connecting with other providers and individuals that are attend these meetings. That's what it's all about, is connecting and sharing resources. And so I really appreciate you spreading the word. That's what it's all about. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's see. I think I've hit everyone. I'm just gonna scroll through my screen really quick. Besides our ROI speaker, because I always save. Technically, he's not really the last, but I think I have got. Oh yes, thank you, Alexa. I actually unplugged my Alexa so that it didn't go off.
Hi, thank you. So I'm Alexa Rollins. I'm a student intern with UC Irvine's Consumer Law Clinic. I'm basically just in observer mode today. So thank you for having me.
Awesome, thank you. And I do have your amicus brief and other bill items on the update section, so you can share that with the rest of the group too. So awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. All right. So last. Who? Oh, I guess we had one individual who just joined us, James.
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry for my tardiness. I just came from I just hung up or disconnected with a job interview. And so that's why I'm not as punctual as I would have liked to have been. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Getting a job is, really important. So, thank you for being here, and let us know if we can help support you in any way. If you want to put your information in the chat and maybe what resources you're looking for, we can also help assist you with that. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you as well.
Right. So, Alex, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Yay. So I'm super excited for everyone to meet Alex. I met Alex, what, three years ago?
Yes.
Yep.
Going on 3.5.
3.5. Okay, almost 3.5. And he went through the program that I do with Goodwill of LA, Southern California, up there with LA Rise. So, he was just a stellar example, and he has really risen within Goodwill, starting out at the stores, assistant manager, and then you went on to being a job specialist.
Yeah, career service specialist.
Yes. So I'm super excited for you all to hear Alex's journey, his story. He has really been, a shining example of the work that we do, and really why we do what we do. And that's why, again, we have the term ROI, because it's our return on investment. This is that opportunity and platform for us to see everything that we do and seeing it come to fruition, so to speak. So I'm going to let you, Alex, share your story. And thank you all for being here to listen to it.
Yeah, thank you, Megan. Before I heard everybody introducing themselves, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And my name is Alex Garcia. I'm the case manager for the Northeast Workforce Center, and I'm currently managing Humboldt Industries, Goodwill, and LA Conservation Corps under the LA Rise program. Like Megan stated, I met her about 3 years ago. We're gonna hit that anniversary coming up. So I'm excited for that as well. Also, I just want to just thank all of you, for doing all the work that you guys do. It's because of people such as yourselves that, people that are in certain situations, such as the one that I was in, are able to rise up and, kind of take advantage of everything that's going on. I understand that it takes a lot of hard work and effort and sacrifice, but these are the things that we need in order to succeed. Just going back to, like my when I first met Megan, I had just previously gotten out of state prison after serving 5 years. So I went to a reentry home, and at this reentry home, we were able to either get a job or go to school. And I decided to get a job, because I didn't want to get out with no money, or having to ask, or still continue to have feel like I'm not self-sufficient. So I was going out, applying for jobs, getting different. I'll get an interview, but then after the interview was done, and then they were in the background, they want to give me an opportunity. So I just continue, to just, continue to submit these applications, and I lose courage, and even that drive, so I continue doing it. I was in the middle of training when I heard about Goodwill and the Early Rights Program with the NRA Foundation. You know, and I took a chance on it, and you know what, and I was able to develop the skills that I needed in order to succeed. You know, I grew up in you know, with a single mother, and I had a stepdad. They weren't really, my mother was more active in my life than my stepdad, you know, and just growing up, it was just difficult for us in the area. You know, I live in South Los Angeles, you know, it's a lot of gangs there, you know, especially the schools that we go to kind of gravitate towards that, especially when some of the family members have been in it as well. You know, so we started to normalize a little bit of this, you know, behavior, and just, you know, that's what we believe that it was right. You know, when I was 7 years old, I got into trouble right at school, you know, for anger issue. You know, I got into a fight with a kid because I couldn't lie. And, you know, just the way that we were being brought up, like we let it, like nobody let it do anything like that. So we cut you off, disrespect you. You know, you just have to, you know, react in a certain way to any type of situation like that. You know, so you have to act more aggressively. So these were things that were being passed down in that culture to me. At that moment, I couldn't understand it. So I just continued to, you know, abide by that. And I noticed that as time went on, it only got worse. You know, because I just, you know, started developing more of these habits, and, you know, hanging out with different people that were doing other things. And I would see them, you know, even as a little kid, I always liked that lifestyle. You know, I thought that was, you know, what I was born to do. And, you know, I ended up joining the gang, even though they didn't want me to join it because I was a little kid. But, you know, I still joined the gang, and that alone, once that started, my whole crowd, just everything just, it went to a different level. I ended up getting incarcerated when I was a kid also. The first time I went in, I was 8 years old. You know, just got a little bit of exposure to it and came back out. You know, I just thought that it was, oh man, you know, like a little badge of honor. You know, when I was in there, people treated me like it was okay, you know, like they treated me well. They weren't mean to me, nothing like that. This is what it's like. You know, it's not like nothing I heard. You know, so it was nothing to me, you know, just like, man, if I go back, they're gonna be nice to me anyway, you give me extra stuff, whatever, you know. And then, so I was just like hanging out with the guys, you know. You know, so, and
Alex?
yeah, I'm so sorry. It just, yeah.
It's okay. Would you mind speaking up a little bit, just because I'm having a little bit, it might just be me, but I'm having a little bit hard of a time hearing you at times. So would you mind speaking up a little bit? Thank you.
No, definitely.
I was trying not to interrupt. Sorry.
I just, you know, started getting, you know, just memory lane right now, you know, just kind of like talking about it is like, not like reliving it, but just thinking about a time in my life that was just, if different choices I would have made different choices, you know, at an early age, things would have been a lot different for me. But, you know, I think that everything happens for a reason, you know, so I had to live through that. I ended up, once I came back home, you know, I went to junior high, I ended up, you know, just hanging out, thinking I was cool, hanging out with the cool guys, the fellas, all of that stuff, you know, and it was just like, everybody gravitated to us, they wanted to be with us. You know, and I was always like little guy, you know, so like, but I was always the one that had like a little bit of like, I'll pump everybody else up, even if they were older than me, to, you know, kind of follow my lead, and they would. You know, so to me, it was just like a sense of like, man, respect, and, you know, everything just came with that type of lifestyle. You know, and I'm like, man, I'm getting closer to doing what I want to do. You know, like I want to be part of this and have this, you know, I wanted to run something. So I kind of took that same vibe with that, you know, and started like creating like a little clique and stuff like that, just to hang out and, you know, just my group of friends. And that's what I wanted. You know, I was just lacking, I guess, that comfort, that I was just lacking that love pretty much, you know, that I wanted. I was getting it at home, but I didn't see it. You know, I didn't see it at home. You know, I would see it in other forms, and people do like, people that are not my family, or, like, hug me, treat me as such. To me, that was a lot of love. And it took me, I went to the juvenile camps, you know, when I was like 13, you know, got out, went back in when I was 14, 15 again. I went in when I was 16 again, then I got out when I was 18, you know, and through that whole time, you know, it just, you know, it was all gang involvement. You know, when you're in there, you just had to, you know, pretty much fight your enemies, you gotta do this, all that stuff. You know, things that were being passed down to me. I was being taught all of these things growing up. It was just, you know, a lifestyle. And I was like, man, that's what it comes with. You know, it's like my tattoos, scars and bars, you know? And it was just like, you know, and I was like, that's what it is, you know, and I wanted to do everything to the fullest. You know, when I was 16, I got sent to a fire camp, you know, and I was fighting fires, and it was it was a good experience for me. You know, all the other ones before that, they were boot camps and stuff like that, you know, more like military driven. Once I went to a fire camp, you know, it exposed me to real world. You know, you have to be out there cutting line on like 95-degree weather, you know, suited, everything. You're just cutting line all day for hours. You know, go hiking, all those other stuff. So I started developing like a work habit for me too. You know, so now having both of those, you know, having this drive to want to, you know, lead somehow, and then over here still developing the work ethic was just something that I kind of put together. So I enlisted. I took the ASVAB test before the Marines. You know, meanwhile, I took it, and all I had to, while I was incarcerated, when I came out, I had to go to a recruiter. But I didn't do it. You know, I didn't get the chance to do it. I went back as soon as I got out, and I was with the same people that I used to hang out with. And 2 months later, I was back in prison. I went to prison for 4 years, you know, and then they sent me to a high-level security prison, where like maybe 85% of the prisoners are doing life, and other people are doing 15 plus. I got sent there because I was messing up when I was in the county, and you know, it just raised up my points. And when I ended up going over there, it was just a whole different lifestyle. It was just an eye-opener for me. Luckily, I was able to meet somebody that was there that I knew from before when I was a kid. He pretty much took me under his wing. He was teaching me, he was like, man, don't get involved with all of this. You know, like, you know, he's a lifer. He's never getting out. So he told me, look, if I get the chance to go back to school, I'll do it. And I was like, wow, you know, I don't really understand that, you know, but he would give me books, he'll give me stuff to read, you know, mostly like philosophy, psychology, stuff like that, you know, and it sparked an interest in me. You know, like, man, you know, I understand this very well. You know, he was like, yeah, I mean, you could have go to school, this, you know, take care of your business, what you gotta do, look around you, look at the CEOs, you know, hang out at the window, see them, you know, they're young, you know, they're planning the future for themselves while we're in here stuck in the cage. You know, you like nice things, but we have them. You know, so he told me, have you ever driven a car? I'm like, yeah. He's like, legally? He's like, when you do, you drive a car and you roll down your window so you let the wind hit you, you play music, that's freedom. You know, and I understand that. I'm never driving a car, you know, but I never felt free in driving a car because of the way that I was driving. So he would just try to educate me, plant seeds, and you know, they ended up harvesting it. As soon as I got out of prison, I enrolled myself into school. I enrolled there, and I decided to get my first job there. You know, I was like, man, I'm in school all day. There's people that are working here. You know, what can I do? You know, like I'm here all day anyways. So I started looking to see where I could get employment as a student worker, and luckily I found the right person. I went to her, and you know, I told her my situation, and she told me, you know what, close the door. So I closed the door, and she told me, you remind me a lot of my husband. I'm like, why is that? Like, because you never, like, nobody, like, I was looking for work, nobody wanted to give him an opportunity to work. You know, to one person decided to take a chance on him. And that person that gave him that chance, and today he's working, and it's the reason why I'm able to be here and still go to school. So it's just like a ripple effect, you know, that you help somebody out, and you never know how you could be touching other people as well, just through that action. You know, at the moment I was like, oh, yeah, you can't start them, you know, but I was missing the big picture. You know, I just wanted to work, you know, and go to school. but I continued, and so they put me as a student intern at the UPNS office in the national aid office for about a year. Once I did that and I completed my classes, I maintained a 3.4 GPA, and I was really happy about that. I was surprised that I was able to do pretty well academically, and it just built up my confidence to take upon another class and to continue with my education. And I was like, you know what, I'm a major in sociology, I need to do this. So I ended up going somewhere to look for work because I only gave it to you for about a year as a student. Once I was about to complete, I went to a work source to look for employment. And I went in there and I asked in the front, but because I had like a bunch of tattoos and, they just see me like, oh, this guy just coming in here like anybody else. I guess that's why I took it at the moment, because I asked, what can I do to work here? Like, oh, well, you have to be in college first of all, and I was like, okay, and then you need to do this and have some type of experience, because we'll take an intern. But, she just said it in such a like diminishing tone. I said, like, you don't even have it, you're not even in college type, And I get it. I didn't take it personally. I was just like, okay, cool. But I just remember it. So after I talked to her, yeah, I'm in college. She's like, yeah, right. So I'm lucky. In college, in their ID, they give you stickers for the semesters, and I had these stickers already piled up. And then I showed it to them. She's like, oh man, you've been attending there longer than I have. I'm like, yeah. So I got my transcripts, and I went and she saw my transcripts, and she sent me immediately to an interview. And then during the interview, once I left the interview, the lady called me within 5 minutes, and she told me, hey, do you have a time? I'm like, no, I don't. We're gonna start Monday, so you better go get everything over the weekend. I was really excited. So I was there for about maybe a year and a half at this work source as an intern, and I was right about to get hired from them, and I went out to a party, and I was shocked at times, and I just did. It was a very bad experience for me at that moment. Like, I didn't think about work or nothing. It was just mostly my health. They took me in. I was out for like 2 weeks, and I didn't wake up for 2 weeks. So I didn't call to work. I just call no show, nothing. It's not like I got back. At that moment, when I woke up, the only thing I'm thinking about is just my family. Because I was surprised that I had woken up. I still remember when I got shot and they were taking me in the ambulance. My mind was like, I'm not gonna die to the hands of this coward. I'm not. But as time kind of kept going, they're taking me, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't like, all I could do was just think, and I thought about my funeral, I thought about a lot of different things. Like, for one, not even having the chance to be a father. Like, damn, my mom's gonna be so sad in a couple of days when she finds out. So the good thing about all is that what would have been my last wish actually came true, which is part of the reason why I'm here today. Yeah, but that incident that happened to me only cultivated anger and fear. So it wasn't, I felt like I was on the right way, taking care of things that I had to do, and then got placed in the situation because I just played. It just had to happen like that. So it was written. So I just decided to take the best of it, and just see it as a form of, that you reap what you sow. So and I felt like it was more like a chance after, but not 2 years later. And because of that event, I ended up going out somewhere and I got in, just that mentality of being a victim, being down for a traumatic experience, with my type of belief and values, that not come from a good source. It cultivated, like, I guess, misplaced hate. Like, I didn't even know what to be upset about, who to be upset about, what to be, nothing. So that led me just in a different path. And luckily, and I say luckily, I met some gentleman that just kind of just threw something at me, and I took it in a way where, man, you know what? Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But it wasn't until I hurt somebody and I got sent back to prison because of that misplaced hate and anger. So I got sent back to prison and I'm fighting a life sentence. I ended up hurting 3 individuals because I was hurting myself. And what that gentleman told me was that hurt people hurt people. And when I was like, that's why. So until I understood that, I was able to kind of like, okay, let me heal. Let me do something with myself. I took, through time, I was given a 9-year sentence, which I was thankful for, because it saved my life. Once again. And once I was in prison, this time around, they sent me to a place where a lot of people are also like, there's like 60% of them, but they're actually given an opportunity to go home. And while in prison, I was like, man, I'm gonna take this time that they gave me as an investment on myself, so I will never have to come here again. So I take the time there to participate in classes, do groups. I ended up becoming a facilitator for the SET program in prison, and I was a mentor to my peers as well. And the things that I was exposed to, the people that were there with me, were also like-minded individuals that wanted to live their life. And some of these individuals are fighting for their life. They want to come home. So I was introduced to a program called GRIT. This program, you had to go through an interview in order to participate in this program. And fortunately, I was able to attend this program. It's a year-long process where it helps you, where you guide your rage into power, like whatever hurts you. So, and this program is very intense. It's a program that you would feel very uncomfortable in your own skin. You will have to delve into yourself. It's like cleaning off the scab and just letting it heal on a big, completely different type of process in order to fully let go of all that anger and to understand where it comes from. So it starts from the earliest childhood. And I like to say, like, it's like psychology on yourself, being done by yourself. So just you're being guided. And this program helped me understand my core issues and how to address them, how to respond to them rather than react to them. And these were very key fundamental into me changing my belief system. And also the work that I was doing, helping others while still in prison, was something that, I want to do better. I took the education that I had gotten before I went to prison, I applied it when I was in prison, and I was able to help other people still in there while helping myself at the same time. So the year for me to come home came up, and they told me if I wanted to go to a re-entry program and complete the last year of my sentence there in a community setting. And I decided to join and go to this one. And once I did, that's a program that you either do work or school. And I decided to work. And that's when I had the opportunity to meet the LA Rise team, the NRF team here at Goodwill. And through the time here at Goodwill, it's been one of the most amazing times of my life. I felt things that I would have imagined. So it helps me, it's giving my mom, some peace of mind. I'm able to help her. Which is something that means a lot to me. So, through the time, it's also been very fun. I got to work in the retail stores and participate in a lot of different activities with our company. And it's just been very, very amazing. Like I said, none of this would have been able to get done if it wasn't for people such as yourselves. So continue doing the great work that you guys are doing. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Alex. You always speak so well about your journey. And one thing that I think rings true with a lot of the individuals that we help is that they're half in, half out, right? And I think that what your journey shares is that you are always trying and you're always making steps, like progress forward. But then something would happen, like a trigger, something would happen, and then you would fall back and you would get caught up because you were still in the game to a certain extent. You had to fully remove yourself from that situation and associating with those different types of people for you to, fully make that change and that transition in your life. And so I know the last stint you did, and I'm so glad that even unfortunately being shot 5 times, that was kind of the that last, that instant perpetuated this last step in your journey, right? That one made you go back, and then now you're here with us today. So thank you so much. And I'm, all those people that helped you along your journey, they are those, yes, but I mean, with the LA Rise program, where we're, HumanWorks is the customer service and sales training team. It goes hand in hand with Rubens Leadership Academy that we do together, and that's the cognitive piece. But you already had you had the will, right? And you had which is the biggest thing, is being willing to want to change. And you're just like a superstar in my eyes, and I'm just so happy that you're giving back to the community now and helping people. So I always like to say, if you're giving back, you're not coming back. So thank you again. Does anybody have any questions for Alex that they'd like to ask him or share anything? Yeah, Karina.
I just wanted to say, because I know I was before like that, in the sense of just embracing your story. I really appreciated, Alex, you sharing what happened, what led from one piece to another, and now where you're at. I also wanted to recommend, make sure, because I know you're on your phone, to swipe so that you can see everything that we're putting in the chat, because I'm pretty sure you're missing out on wonderful commentary that we're giving you, but you might not realize that it's in the chat. So on your phone, make sure to swipe and hear that. But just don't shy away from what's made you you. I've had the experiences of, I did a lot of wrong turns and eventually got on the right path. And I sometimes tell myself and family, I would have wished to be that person that knew just what to do the first time. There's a lot of people that don't take the risks and are succeeding and doing what you would have liked to do. But it doesn't take away when you do all these detours and zigzags to still get where you're at now. And having that desire to want to give back and to share as you are today takes a lot of courage. And we can see that there was moments where you had to pause, and that is wonderful. it's hard to share, but what you just told us brings us a little bit back of why we want to do what we do with our clients and why this is important for us to speak about it, because there are people that will get inspired by this and then it will click. And I'm pretty sure your story just clicked with a lot of people, not just from the client side, but with the people who work with them on the counseling side, on the case management side. So Alex, just really embrace what you just did right now. It was a wonderful accomplishment, and we loved to have heard your story today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind words. It meant a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Karina. Yeah. I just want to echo that. And I think that's another piece with a lot of the programs that we all, do in the community. We all individually provide that counseling side, or that supportive services side. And it's that emotional support, that cheerleader behind the scenes to kind of keep them going when things happen, that they can be, seemingly can be adjusting well to their role, and then something happens, so that they need to be able to trust you and rely on you, that you're there to support them during these times where they're feeling like they want to revert back. So thank you so much. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to share or ask Alex? All right. Well, I think you just did such a thorough job, Alex. That everyone, just enjoyed hearing your story. So thank you so much, again, for sharing your story. So now I'm going to hand it over to stop sharing my screen so that, let's see, where did my thing go? There it is. So that Youth Build can do their presentation.
Awesome, thank you. So Kenya will be sharing our screen. We had some technical difficulties this morning with our shared drive. And of course, right when you need your devices to work, they just decide otherwise. So she will be sharing.
Megan, can I ask you the capabilities, please?
It should let you. And if it not, then it should now. There we go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us join today, Megan, and thank you for your story, Alex. That was really inspirational, and it just got me in the mood to do our presentation. So again, my name is Anna Ortiz, and I am the job developer with Youth Build Anaheim. We are under the umbrella of Volunteers of America Los Angeles. So you might have heard of some of our previous programs known under VOA-LA. But we are Youth Build. We are new in the realm of Orange County in this programming. So you may hear from either myself or Ms. Kenya at some point while we're doing our outreach efforts. So it's really nice to get to connect with some of you that I have previously sent an email to and get to see your faces. So thank you. With that being said, can you go to the next slide, Kenya? So what Youth Build is, we are a nationwide program. It was founded by a teacher named Dorothy Stoneman in East Harlem, New York. So there are deep roots out there in the East Coast. So the movement was grown to impact thousands across the globe with education and skills training. Youth Build, the name, was founded in 1984, so it's a little bit more recent. And in January 2017, John Valverde, our CEO of all Youth Build programs, became the first previously incarcerated individual to lead a nonprofit with a global mission. So we're really proud of that. So we wanted to tell you all about that as well. Today, there are nearly 300 Youth Build programs across the United States. And so we are, I know that we have some in LA, North Hollywood. We are new in the Orange County area. So we are, we're all over the place. Next slide. So what Youth Build Anaheim is, it is a nonprofit organization under Volunteers of America Los Angeles. So Youth Build is funded by the Department of Labor and provides the following services. So the Department of Labor is part of their initiative to impact the lives of disconnected youth between the ages of 16 and 24 to provide them opportunities to grow in their employment skills and to receive high school education. So through Youth Build, with us, participants receive construction training. So we offer PAC certification. It stands for Pre-Apprenticeship Construction Training. So that's a mouthful, but if you are familiar with the construction industry and apprenticeship, what we offer is the Pre-Apprenticeship Construction Training, as well with high school diploma completion with our partner high school, John Muir Charter School. And so it is not a GED, it is an actual high school diploma, which is really cool. We also offer full case management, that is Ms. Kenya's role. And myself, I'm the job developer, and we also provide job development services. Next slide. So this is us. This is the core Youth Build staff. This is pre-pandemic, so we look nice and makeup and hair done. So this is our program coordinator, Yesenia. She has been with Volunteers of America Los Angeles for quite a while, so you may have seen her, connected with her at some point with the previous program, YARP. But she is now our program coordinator here at Youth Build. Ms. Kenya, case manager specialist. She's right in our middle person. Job developer, that is me. Our high school education instructor and our construction site supervisor are not pictured here, but they will be in our hopefully upcoming presentations. So that is the core staff that makes up our program. Next slide. So for eligibility, so it looks like a laundry list of criteria to be eligibility criteria for our program. But because we are funded through the Department of Labor and we are grant fulfilled, we do have specific requirements when it comes to eligible participants. So participants that fall between the ages of 16 to 24 is the age requirement, and 18 to 24 for the construction component. We are, construction liability reasons, all that good stuff. So they have to be at least the age of 18 to 24 as the date of enrollment. So if they are planning to enroll with us and they're a month shy from their 25th birthday, we try to squeeze them through the door and get them enrolled before they turn 25. And also reside in the following zip codes. So across Orange County, most Anaheim zip codes, I won't list them all, there's just a bunch of numbers, but Anaheim, Orange, Stanton, Placencia, Buena Park, and homeless individuals, no zip code is required, and they automatically fall under the eligibility for this criteria, and have a incomplete high school education unless basic skills sufficient. So if a participant or a potential participant comes to us and says, hey, like, I'm really interested in the construction program, but I just finished my high school diploma with X, Y, and Z like 2 weeks ago. We do have a limited number of seats available for those participants, and right now we have plenty of seats available. So we do something called a TABE test. You may or may not be familiar with it, to determine if their basic skills sufficient. This is a pretty difficult test, and I think I'm basic skills sufficient when it comes to this test. But so that's how we determine that. But with eligibility, us giving them a call and making sure we screen for eligibility, that's something we talk to them about, and be authorized to work in the United States. Next slide. This is our eligibility continued. And so all Youth Build Anaheim participants must meet at least one of these following criteria. So low income or member of a low income family. We do break it up, our eligibility checklist, depending on where they reside. So we check the medium income threshold for Placencia, Anaheim. We double check. And so the cost of living in Orange County is very high. So also, another criteria could be youth and adult offender, no sex-related offenses on record other than prostitution, child or dependent of an incarcerated parent, youth, adults with a disability, former current foster youth, or migrant youth. So eligibility. It could be, like I said, a laundry list, but when we get referrals, we get participants or potential participants that say, hey, I'm interested, I just want to learn a little bit more. Our job is to check over the eligibility and make sure, you know, they are eligible. So if you're referring anyone, don't freak out too much by this list. We'll take care of it on our end. So next slide. So what our program timeline, our construction training is minimum of 6 months. Right now it's pandemic time, but we are, depending on when the participant starts, we're looking at around a 6-month period. High school diploma completion is from 6 months to 2 years, depending and contingent on the amount of credits that they need. So if they left off in their 11th grade year, or maybe just a couple months into the 12th grade year, just depending on what they need to complete their high school education, it will depend on how much time they will be enrolled with JMCS, John Muir Charter School. So we really emphasize, like, hey, make sure you provide us with your up-to-date transcripts, or we will go look for your up-to-date transcripts. So we want to be really intentional with the classes they enroll in. Case management and job development up to 3 years, and that includes the 1-year follow-up. So when they're done with program, we don't just say, hey, have a nice life, good luck on that. No, we are there for 1 year follow-up after program time to provide supportive services and really assist them on being successful and having the tools appropriate to succeed in life. And like I said, our follow-up period is 12 months, and it just consists of monthly check-ins, just being like, hey, how's the new job going? Is there, do you have work boots? What are some things that we can support you during this transitional time? And for the time being, because we are in a pandemic, if you guys didn't know, our services will be held virtually for the time being. We do hold in-person appointments as the need be. So that's, if we need to hold in-person something, we will do that if necessary, but most of our services are being held virtually. And us, a year later into the pandemic, we all kind of became very efficient with Zoom and all that good stuff. So it's kind of helped us in our favor. Okay, next slide. So in youth field, participants will earn construction training for the PAC certification that I mentioned. It is a minimum of 6 months, and on-site materials are provided. So hard hats, safety vests, all that good stuff will be provided on site and will be left on site, so participants don't have to worry about purchasing a hammer. Along with that, the high school education, like we said, is dependent on the credits needed to fulfill that high school diploma. We also issue a rental Chromebook. So for participants that need a device to be able to log into their classes, we issue a rental Chromebook that they will, just give it back to us at the end of their term, but they will be good to go on that. A monthly stipend of approximately or up to $250 for both components. So they participate in both the construction and the high school component of our program. They are eligible to receive up to $250 a month. And along with incentives, gift cards, clothing, food, and of course, contingent on donations, as well as participation and accomplishments. All participants will receive case management, job development, life skills, and soft skills. We're really huge on those kind of skills, and transportation services when available. All right, next slide. So this video is a video of a youth build program, I believe in the East Coast. I kind of get my regions kind of confused sometimes, but it is a youth build program in action and a real life experience from this participant. And after the video, Ms. Kenya, my colleague, I'll hand off this torch to her and she will continue the presentation. Okay, so go ahead and play it.
I knew nothing about solar at the beginning. After that first day, I was like, oh man, I think I found something I like. I mean, I like to be outside, that's a plus, I like to work with my hands. I always was great working with my hands. I had just had my first son, and I was just sitting at home, just looking at him like, man, how can I tell him to go to school and daddy didn't graduate from school? I'll be a hypocrite if hey, yeah, you have to go to school, son. You have to graduate, finish school. I can't just sit around and depend on other people. Let me make sure I always make the next day better than the last day. I'll be finished with my GED at the end of October. I passed my social studies section and I passed my science section. I passed all of that just off of the help from Youth Build. One thing I can say about Sasha Bruce Youth Build, they helped me grow in areas that I didn't know I needed to grow in. They went over and beyond to make sure that everybody can achieve the goals that they set at the beginning of the year. That's the best thing I like about them. They're there for you. Change is great. Don't be scared to actually make a change in your life. Don't be scared to try something new. Yeah, this renewable energy, it came through and gave me a great opportunity, and I just never let go of it. I don't think I'll ever let go of this opportunity. I mean, I have a great career. I don't see this as a job. This is a career. When I sit back and think about everything that Youth Build have done, it's just like, it's like, wow, they really did a lot for you.
Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed that video. So that video was taking place in Washington, D.C., if I'm not mistaken. So again, my name is Kenya Garay. I am the case manager specialist for Youth Build, and I'll be further talking about the program. So within the components, we did talk about how there's construction training component, and we also have the high school diploma component as well. So in regarding to the construction training component, our training is based on the Home Builders Institute National Construction State Standards. Oops, I'm sorry. So within the PAS certification, they will receive what we call a pre-apprenticeship construction training certificate. Now with that, we teach five core components, and these are subject to change. So we have painting and finishing, carpentry, plumbing, electrical, landscaping. However, there are room for people to need to volunteer their time and come and teach maybe about solar panels, maybe about how to paint, but maybe add a different technique. So while these are subject to change, we do have networks from the community that can come and volunteer their time and teach them, and like any extra training as well. We do offer OSHA 10 and OSHA 30. Currently, we are doing an OSHA 30 training online, which is free of charge to our participants as well. Regarding our high school completion program, the education is again provided by John Muir Charter School. It's tailored to fit the needs of each participant because all our participants come at different time periods. Some need 1 year, some need 2 years, some need only 1 semester. It's tailored to the needs of each person. We do again provide Chromebooks to each participant and through John Muir Charter School as well. And when we're back on site, we will be providing lunches to all our participants, not just the high school or not just the construction. We do provide hot lunches to all our participants. Now with that, one of the 2 things that our participants receive is job development as well as case management. So with that, they meet with the job developer and myself, the case manager, once a month. As far as the job development component, when they meet with Anna, what she does is she basically helps them get closer to achieve those goals. So those goals can be either short-term or long-term. Again, every participant is different. Everyone is in a different place with their life. So some want to get a job while they're in the program. Some want to wait until they finish the program and then get a job in construction. We do try to help our participants get closer to jobs in construction because that's what our training is. But if we have participants who want, I want to finish this program, but after this, I want to get a job in a culinary field. So what Anna can do is she helps tie and kind of like fill in those gaps that they are missing. So she fills in those gaps by that's career counseling, soft skills training. Some of them don't know how to send an email. Some of them don't know that they should send a thank you email after an interview, things like that. So she helps them with resumes all the way to after they get the job. So what should I do for my next steps? She helps them with the interview, how to dress to impress. How do I dress for an interview? should I go in a t-shirt or should I go in a button-up collar shirt? And she also helps with job coaching and job placement, especially of having difficult conversations with employers like, hey, I'm in college, how do I tell my employer that my schedule may change? So she helps them build those gaps and fill those soft skills as well. As far as my role, my case management goal is basically how I explain it is basically everything else that's not employment related. What I do is I provide that external support that will help participants achieve success in their program. So things like housing, things like mental health, things like obtaining identification documents, taking them to the DMV to make an appointment. If at any point, I always tell my participants, if the resources and services that they are not a good fit for you after you try them out, come back and let me know. We're going to try to find a resource that can help you and help your needs. So building and establishing that rapport with the participants is very important as far as I'm opening up to the services they actually need. Now, as well as achieving that PASS certification. So this slide is more so in the construction training component. So when in construction, I'm sure everyone at this point realizes that a job is not run by itself or run by one person. It's run by a team of people. Even a small business, a self-employed entrepreneur, they still have to talk to people. They still probably have vendors, or they still have to talk to customers as well. So with that winter construction component, we do leadership development. So what that looks like is once we establish the cohort and as a team in general, what we do, we know how to work with each other as a team. We know how to talk to each other, communicate, share our skills. What we do is we have our groups pick a leader, and with that leader, we develop that leader. So what does a good leader look like? How should they speak to another leader? How should they speak to the people who are asking for help? So we do help that professional growth as well. Once we have the leadership area established, what we do then is we have a community service project. So as a group and as the leader as well, they identify and implement that they can make in the community. So and they utilize those training skills that they've used. So for example, if they live next to a senior home and they're like, it looks not as nice on the outside, not as colorful. So maybe we can build birdhouses. Maybe we can build a bench for a park that doesn't have any benches, things like that. So once we establish those leadership and those teamwork skills, they move forward in a community service project as part of their training as well. So it's just our way to give back to the community, or their way to give back to the community as well. So these are wonderful pictures of our facility. So if you ever pass by our facility, they kind of look like old apartments, and that's exactly what they used to be. Before Youth Build Anaheim was Youth Build Anaheim, it was Heritage House North. I think that was the name. And before it was a Heritage House North, which was a transitional living center, if I'm not mistaken, it was a motel. So what our vision is when we're providing that hands-on training, we're getting that hands-on training and working on these units to hopefully one day give them back to the city of Anaheim and to provide transitional shelter in the future. So that is our goal within the program itself. So if we see on the left and the right, so these pictures are the units themselves. In the middle picture, that's where we do all our training. So we have both of our classrooms there, our food pantry in there. We have our kitchen, we have computer lab, and as well as the other offices for the other staff members as well. And this is what the back of our facility looks like. So again, it used to be a transitional home for women, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or families could also live there. So that's why we have a playground, and that's like the back. That is also our back area. See, so this is inside that middle picture I was mentioning. So again, unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, both of our trainings are being held virtually at this time. But once it's safe to come back in person, we want to ensure everyone that we're taking these measures and precautions very seriously. Making sure that the desks are 6 feet apart, making sure the capacity for our classrooms are only at a certain percentage, that we have sanitizer, we have sanitizing stations, we have gloves for our participants who may not feel comfortable using their hands or touching things that aren't in their home. So we want to make sure that we establish that we have everyone's needs in mind as far as being safe and comfortable coming back to a global state. And that is the end of our presentation. Does anyone have any questions? Megan, I know I'm keeping an eye on time, and I don't know if you have anything scheduled after us, so I just want to be mindful of your time as well.
And thank you, Kenya and Anna, for presenting the programs and services that you provide. It's very robust, so I appreciate you sharing that. You know, the fact that, you know, with you can do the 6-month construction program and also earn your high school diploma is also great. And the fact that you're providing hot lunches and things like that is all amazing. And I love that the goal is to fix up that property or facility and then hopefully give it back to the community, which is awesome as well. So thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions?
Megan?
Yes.
I just wanted to say that this sounds like a really great program. To have that a little bit of experience before a student enters an apprenticeship program like we offer, it puts them ahead of somebody that has absolutely no experience. And sometimes we get students that don't meet the criteria as far as having a high school diploma or a GED. So I just think it's great.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Aaron. Maybe if someone is interested in joining one of your programs and they don't meet that criteria, you can work with Kenya and Anna over there at Youth Build and be able to build maybe that pipeline for each other. You know, that's what this is all about. So thank you for sharing that. I think that's awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? I know up on the screen she has, you know, the areas that they serve. You know, with Anaheim, Santa Ana, Fullerton, Orange, Placentia, and Buena Park. No? Okay, cool. So we will move on to the update section. Give me 1 second. All right. So let's see. All right. So Ms. Angela has submitted her lived experience speaker, the clearance application, which is great. So the team has that over at the Orange County Sheriff's Department, which is awesome. Thank you, Angela. So we're always looking for more speakers. So hopefully Alex will join, you know, the rest of the ones that have elected so far. I'm sure he will. He loves giving back. So this is the flyer that you should be seeing up on your screen for the Fighting to Keep Families Connected, Ensuring the Affordable Phone and Video Rates. This is what Carol was talking about at the beginning of the meeting during the rapid fire introductions. I would share this with your clients, share it on social media. I will be sending it in the meeting notes so that everyone can share it. I know, you know, again, we have all been disconnected by COVID, but I know that this in general is just a very, you know, sensitive topic that we just want to make sure that individuals have the support that they need, you know, while they're incarcerated by their loved ones. So yeah, Carol, did you want to add anything to this? Okay, I'm going to move on then, just for the essence of time. Alexa, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so I have up on the screen, did they extend the amicus brief more? Are you still accepting stories? What's going on with that?
No, so we actually filed our amicus brief last month, so we're done collecting stories, but we will keep you guys updated on the status of the case. And then the case is just currently before the California Supreme Court, and it's deciding whether courts will be able to consider someone's ability to pay or not before imposing fines and fees.
Awesome, thank you. I look forward to hearing what they end up, updates on that as you guys receive it. So next I have your the fines and fees with the bills up there. Is there anything else you want to share with that? I know we have the letter as well that you're looking for individuals to join.
Yes, so just some background. UCI's Consumer Law Clinic is pushing to have the Families Over Fees Act implemented sooner in order to cancel debt for individuals caused by criminal justice fines and fees. So the clinic is currently asking both the OC Board of Supervisors and the OC Superior Court to begin enforcing this act, even though it doesn't go into effect until July 1st. So I can put our letters into the chat if you and your organization want to sign one or both of them, and email me with any questions. So I'll put my contact information in there too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alexa.
Thank you.
Next, I wanted to highlight HIRE, which is the hub for integration of reentry and employment. Megan Medlin is one of the ones that she founded it with some other individuals. And so yesterday they had their juvenile reentry subcommittee meeting. And then next, the next one is May. Oh, I'm sorry. Does that date look wrong? Or no, sorry. We had the employment meeting yesterday and then April coming up is the juvenile one. Sorry, I'm backwards. And then the women's reentry subcommittee meeting is going to be happening on the 11th. So I just wanted to share that with you. You can go on to her website to sign up for all of the different meetings and get the information. Next is Wise Place. They are helping with financial assistance for women in needs. If you are not familiar with Wise Place, you know, they are doing great work for unaccompanied women over the age of 18. So they are helping with rent and lease, you know, housing and things like that. So you can contact Demona over there. I'll share this flyer with the meeting, so just so you guys know. Let's see. A new thing is that NA has done a chat, like a text, so that you can find the 10 closest meetings. So that number, that 213 number, is the one that you can text or call, but you can text and put in the zip code in there, and that'll help you find the 10 closest meetings. And then also there's the closed parole NA meetings as well. Jennifer Sabota was not able to be here today, but I did want to share that she has her upcoming Women's Empowerment meeting on Thursday, April 15th. That's at 6 o'clock. And then also she has the PAC meeting. I know those of you who are on this call have participate, but there are some new faces, so I wanted to also let you guys know. So her information is up on the screen. If you'd also like to get that information, you can always reach out to me. And there's also her cell phone number as well. And then I'm gonna let Angela speak about, she attended the Women's Empowerment meeting this month and got connected with Jennifer. And so this was one of the items that came out of it.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you again for all of your support, what you're doing for our community. And Alex, I'm so touched. Yeah, there's not enough amazing things I can say about the journey that you've taken. So Megan is very dear to my heart as well. So we've recently met and she's changed my life already. So, so what we're doing in Orange County is trying to connect women parolees to other women parolees. Getting just kind of the inside scoop on the best resources, the best way to nurture women in their journey, transitioning. So this group is pretty incredible. We meet the third Thursday of every month, and our fearless leader is Agent Swoboda. She's a parole agent out of Irvine. She's actually a PA specialist, out of Irvine. So we came up with this idea, Women's Freedom Festival. We're really trying to stay in the intersection of women, the marginalization that occurs, the victimization and specialized trauma that occurs with women. So this is kind of our pilot program to see if it works. We are slated to have, I guess, a placeholder date you can put in your calendar for October 9th. It'll be an all-day event. We're not sure specifically where yet. We're still trying to get approval for COVID restrictions, for gatherings, and then for which park in Orange County area that we would like to be. But on the right-hand side, we have all of the steering committee. So, and myself, I'm on there with Elizabeth Nomura. She recently was released. She's now a KDAC counselor technician, and Darlene Westfall, amazing woman, so passionate. So any of you who would like to get involved with this, we need providers, anyone, even if you don't really specifically deal with the intersection of women, but really anything that can help families, any transitioning or underserved populations. That's really our biggest push. So on the left-hand side, I gave just some notes. We really just want provider booths. We would like to steer away from this being just a resource fair because it is a festival celebrating our freedom. There will be a raffle with giveaway items to donate for the women and children. Families are invited to attend. Really just building the relationships with other women, parolees, formerly justice involved individuals and their families, and seeing how community partners can kind of help continue effectuating the change and the forward moving in their lives. So we're looking for anything and everything. I gave some of the little examples at the bottom, but any ideas you have, any time you want to just get involved or even come and speak at our women's parole meeting, just please touch base with either Agent Swoboda or one of us on the steering committee and we can get the ball rolling. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And I'm muted. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. I know that there can be a lot of great things that, again, we coming together, collaborating, and being able to help move along, help support that event and the women that are justice involved. So we're at 11:31, so I'm just going to move through the next couple things. Yesterday, I got the email from 211 about Santa Ana's rental assistant program. So if you haven't heard, here you go. It might have went to your junk mail. It went to mine, but I frequently check it. So I'll skip through this. Thank you all for attending today's meeting. I'm so glad that Alex got to share his story. And thank you, Youth Build, for sharing more about what you did or what your programs are and what you're doing in the community. You're doing some great work. And so I hope that this allows the opportunity for you to connect with other providers in the community and see how you guys can connect and build a pipeline for one another to help the individuals within the community. So I'll be sending out the meeting notes most likely in the next couple days. It'll have all the flyers in that MailChimp campaign. It's too big to put all these flyers in that meeting invite. So I tend to put all the flyers there. So if you just click that link, all the flyers will be there so that you can download the ones that you feel that you want to do and then not take up the size in your inbox. So try to be mindful of that. So thank you all for coming today. And I look forward to seeing you on April 28th, same time, 10 to 11:30. And we will be having Megan Medlin present about what Hire is doing in the community. And yeah, so thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day and week. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.